At the center of the universe, at the border between the light and the dark, stands Castle Grayskull. For countless ages, the heroes of Grayskull have defended the universe against the forces of evil. Walk through the Hall of Living Pictures and learn the history and mystery of the masters of the universe. Dive deep into the mythology of Eternia, Etheria, and more. For those who know the stories of Grayskull will come the power to be supreme, the power to be all-knowing, the power to be Legends of Grayskull.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 43 of Legends of Grayskull, the fan podcast where we discuss the history, the mystery, the magic, and mythology of He-Man, She-Ra, Eternia, Etheria, Nordor, Primus, New Adventures, Old Adventures, Golden Books, Ladybird, UK Annuals, comics, mini-comics, anything and everything you can think of with that He-Man, She-Ra, Masters of the Universe, Princess of Power, that Mattel logo down in the corner. I'm Matthew Dooch. I'm here with Sean Scavarna. Sean, how are we doing tonight?
I am just laughing up a storm over here. I'm doing all right otherwise. How are you doing?
I am wonderful because this is our Make Good episode. We are joined down below us. We got a couple fine gentlemen with us. We are joined by Jeremy Dewitt Steven Bushotee of Podcasters of the Universe fame. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Oh, hey, thanks for having us, man.
Thank you.
And
Nice to be here.
Thanks for coming back.
yes.
No problem.
So, as
It is our pleasure.
as many of you know, we recorded an episode already this month for All-Star September with the podcasters here, and I don't know how to record audio apparently, so it was a garbled, echoey mess. Which
that was just how we were talking that day.
yeah. Hello.
We were all merman. Doing our
Yes.
merman impressions.
Good.
It was perfect.
Good.
Now Steve's just gonna mess with me.
Yes. Good.
Hello.
There it is.
Welcome, everybody.
I don't know how you could do that like anytime you want. I can't. Wow, that's all I got.
It didn't start with Merman, I can tell you that.
Oh,
It started from the movie Pinocchio.
how?
When
Wait, what?
Pinocchio's under the water and he's yelling for Monstro.
Oh.
I was imitating that as a little kid.
You think that's how they did that? That had to be how they did that,
I
right?
don't know, but that's what I was imitating, and then when Merman spoke like that, I was already good at it.
Well, for
Nice.
Pinocchio, they probably just messed with the reverb on it, but I mean, yeah, for
I don't know.
Who knows?
Hey.
Man?
Alan Oppenheimer can do it without having a swig of water, so obviously people
And
can do
Steve,
this.
apparently.
Steve is living proof as well.
Yeah.
There you go.
it's possible.
I can have a drink of water. It doesn't matter. That's all I got. That's all I got.
You want to hear somebody sounding like they're drowning on land? I'll attempt it. That's what
Yeah.
makes sense.
I can't do any voices. I do voices all the time to Sean, and I have to explain afterwards who I just did. So
Yeah, the whole thing is subtitled "I'm really being,"
Yeah.
and then whatever the name is. Whereas with me, it's like I just I'm that man. There he goes.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
that was
Who was that?
my Forrest Gump. Oh, gotta love it. So, thank you guys for being here. We're obviously not gonna redo the episode we did before, because that'd just be boring and lame, and no one wants to hear us just recreate it. But I do have to give Steve props real quick here, because it was lost. So, Valley of Power is a very, very good Filmation episode. If you have not seen it recently, or if you never gave it a chance like I did, go check it out. because that is one of the we reviewed episodes with them last time we recorded. That was one of them, and that's one that I never gave a good shot to. I watched it once and I was just like, meh. But rewatching it, I was like, how have I not loved this all the time? It's a great episode, good action, good guest filling. Battle Cat is amazing throughout it. He's the real star of that episode.
Yeah, Battle Cat's awesome in that one.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I just
who knew you were capable of fronting, man?
Yeah.
That sucks.
So I just wanted to put that out there. It's on record now. Steve was right. Valley of Power, awesome. Go check it out. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad when people see it my way.
You're very convincing, man. You have a way of convincing. So
Sometimes.
yeah.
Sometimes.
well, when the
Ask my wife.
Yeah.
just make her watch it and you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
So
let's
What do we
jump
got?
into
No, under, no, around. Oh, oh, dearie my. Oh, we must work on these landings.
I agree.
Madam Raz, are you all right? Oh, dearie my, yes. But there was something important I had to tell you. Now, what was that again?
The news, madam, the news. It's time for the news.
All right, so the news. So, the biggest thing coming out in the past week here is there's been a supposed leaked image of one of the figures from Mattel's new Masterverse line, which, if we all recall, was shown off at the virtual PowerCon. The first wave is 8 figures, which is supposed to be all based on the Revelation designs from the upcoming Kevin Smith cartoon. And the figure leaked is Mossman. So,
Yeah.
So it's apparently that second image, the one that I said was Trap Jaw. Sean said it was Mossman, and I was incredibly wrong. So
I think I was thinking that was Man at Arms.
yeah,
Or something like that. Like, I didn't think that the feet were actually going to look like how they have the feet there.
yeah,
I thought that was just weird shadow or something.
they're very swamp thingy.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's
Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. And it looks like he grows his underwear.
Yes,
So that's kind of fun.
that is actually the number one thing that bugged me, honestly. I liked, and I think it's more the color than the growing, because I like that brown accent. Whereas this,
Yeah, it separates the green a little bit. That
yeah,
green gets pretty, that's a lot of green.
yeah. I mean, it's still different shades, and it's mossy on. For those of you listening on the audio podcast, you got a pretty traditional looking Mossman head, a little more towards like 2000X, a little more peaceful. The body looks pretty much normal, except for the feet, which are just pretty much stumps with roots going out for toes. But then he's got moss over his chest and shoulders, around his head. His forearms and his hands are mossy, but then his fingers are roots, brown roots. And his loincloth is just moss. It's a lighter green moss. His body's a little bit of a darker green, and the moss is a little lighter green. And then he's got vines and roots here and there. But yeah, that's my number one complaint, is that loincloth. I really think he needs that dark brown to set him apart.
Looks like a mashup of like classics.
Yep.
Mossman and classics Evil Seed. 2000X version of Evil
Yeah.
Seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went a little more.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. He's definitely got that kind of Evil Seed vibe going a little bit. It's weird, and I was looking at the belt, and I'm like, man, that just looks like it looked like a custom, and
Yes.
like somebody didn't smooth it out. But now that I'm looking at it, I think it's supposed to be roots. So it's like, I don't know. That's weird. I mean, it's definitely an interesting design. I like the little added addition of on the left shoulder there having like a leaf,
Yeah, a little
a couple leaves
sapling
coming
or
off and
whatever,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really like
So-
the head. I think that's very Moss Man. I like how they made like the beard and like his hair like the lighter moss, and then his face is like a darker moss, like he's growing a moss beard. That's a neat.
Right.
That's neat.
Yeah,
It definitely looks like the classics buck,
Right?
Yeah.
does it not?
yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
And that's
Which is
Yeah, they're-
interesting.
Getting some mileage out of that.
but if we recall the promo for Masterverse said they had something like 32 points of articulation, right? And
Maybe.
and I meant
Yeah, I don't recall.
to look at a classics figure. Sean, we even talked about this, and then with my work week, I forgot about it. I meant to count on a classics buck how many you have. But basically, what I was talking to Sean about was I wonder if, because if you look at him, both of his hands are wide open. So I'm wondering if all
Right.
the fingers are gonna articulate like individually, and that's another 10 points of articulation right there. If so.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd feel about that. Usually when fingers are articulated, they don't hold things very well, at least in my experience.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm hoping they're taking a cue from Super 7 and giving us interchangeable hands.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Or even
Yeah.
just that wrist swivel that allows you to do the by the power of Grayskull. You know, that'd be nice too, because not all figures had that.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I dig this design, I think, though. I mean, maybe the actual action figure, the colors will be a little more pronounced, separate. Because, yeah, from a distance, it does kind of just look like, I don't know, they're just similar. To me, I mean, you could tell the one's darker than the other,
Yeah.
but it does look similar.
Well, and
But I don't oppose this design.
I like the majority of it. Probably the biggest thing for me is the feet. I'd like a little more humanoid feet, just because that's how he's always been portrayed. But I could get behind this. I worry about the hand articulation, like you said. If those fingers are, jointed, that does lead to problems. I guess for me the biggest thing is just it looks unfinished. It looks like I thought it was a custom at first. I mean, and then
That's what I thought, too.
yeah, and then it came out that this is
For
supposedly a leaked image. So
Well, it could be an early leaked image.
Yeah,
We don't know what this is, really.
I'm hoping it's
Yeah.
a proof of concept to kind of go, look, we can take the classics buck and use it as the base, and but add to it at the same time, because that's what it looks like.
Yeah. I seriously can't see Mattel giving us articulated fingers and hands. It doesn't seem to be their MO.
Yeah.
Right.
I would lean towards more maybe interchangeable hands, or maybe that's just the hands we're gonna get. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't see a weapon or anything like that, so...
Yeah.
but he's got
We don't know. He could come with roots that attach to his hands or something that come off of those. Maybe that's how what he does in the cartoon. Until we see that and
That'd be cool.
get some more get some more idea what he's going to be doing. It's going to be a little bit difficult to see
oh,
or
absolutely.
to figure out.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, if they're gonna do little updates like this doesn't offend me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's new, it's different, but it doesn't really look bad. I mean, I guess I don't really. I mean, I guess just his name is Moss Man. He isn't just Moss.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know, tree roots and stuff like that. Like at first it doesn't really make sense, but I guess you're trying to make the nature dude, so
Right. No, it's
there it
It's
is.
like
Sure.
if someone just showed
It's-
a picture to a Masters fan of this, like you would go, that's Moss Man, and that's good.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I will bring it up again. I'm gonna drop this down here. I think we all got a good look at it. I will bring up again though that this raises the issue with that early Kevin Smith quote, and I know I've harped on it before, so I won't bore Sean or our guests too long with it. But when he came out initially and said, nobody's been redesigned, and then you see a leaked image like this, it's like, well, obviously he's been redesigned. and I said from the beginning, obviously they're going to redesign. I mean, you don't even have a consistent look through the 80s if you take, the toy and Filmation and, mini comics. I mean, there's always variations. So, while I agree it's not a huge redesign, I think I mean, obviously there is a lot here that has not been present before. So, once again, I think he chose his words poorly early on.
Yeah, I think he was basically trying to just say, you're basically telling us that we're going to recognize who the characters are when we see them, Because, I mean, how are you going to have the dudes who do Castlevania and not update some art? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I welcome it. Like, 2000X that stuff. I don't care.
Right.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was thinking all along. Like, you can't hire that animation company and expect them not to at least embellish somehow, and make it their own, because if it's going to look straight Filmation, I almost would feel like that's almost like a fan film now.
Right.
Like this should be their take on it, not just let's just redo everything. And I think that's where the fandom is starting to be the way they're being about it. You'll hear a lot of people, I want this today. I want to know what it's going to look like. And it's like, I do too, but you know what? We're not getting it. Like 6 to 9 months till a trailer hits. They were saying just recently.
That's disgusting.
And it's like, what?
That's the biggest problem with the information age, man, is because they can give you little leaks, and then everybody's frothing at the mouth, and they're speculating and going crazy about it, and and then you don't get anything else for months.
Right.
Exactly.
It's frustrating. It's cool, but it sucks too.
For fans like us, though, Masters is one of those things that it's such a dry spell between when we get something new, and that's one of the hardest parts. Is any fan who's excited about this is going to go, okay, I want it today because we haven't seen anything since 2000X. And it's like, well, that's all well and good, but if you binge it today, you're not going to have anything tomorrow.
Right.
Like, we're in that age too, where when the quarantine started, I wish I could binge it today, and I'm like, and then tomorrow you'd be posting spoilers. Like, you can't win.
Yeah. All right. So, you know what we need to do, Sean?
What do we need to do today, Mr. Peabody?
Well, you remember back before we started All-Star September, and I came up with like the personality test for a Masters fan, and we went on Facebook Live and we did it, and I'm like, this is going to be awesome. And then I promptly forgot about it and have not done it with any of our guests. I think we should do it today.
This sounds interesting.
So
that is a novel idea.
So these are based on the great and wise Cosmopolitan magazine. They would always do those 5 questions too. These are 5 questions to tell you what kind of Masters fan you're dealing with. All right. You think we should do it?
All right.
You think we should do them together, Sean, or should we put someone into a cone of silence?
Well, we just got Steve back. Do you really want to have one of them have to leave the room?
I've listened to their show. I know they like to influence each other sometimes.
No, that's false.
Just a little.
Just a little.
That's false.
We don't call ourselves too fat for nothing.
Basically, Eddie, if you let Jeremy answer first, Steve's gonna go, "You're wrong," and I'll tell you why. And then Jeremy's like, "You know what?"
Yeah, I'll be like, you know what? You changed
anyway.
my mind.
All right, so
I didn't think of it that way.
I think we need to cone of silence then. So since Steve just came back, let's start with Steve. Jeremy, if you'll take your headphones off for a minute, and I'll give you a little thumbs up when it's time to come back on, all right?
All right, here I go.
All right.
Aha. Little do you know he has the subtitles running right now. So
how about that Jeremy? Isn't he a jerk? Like, how does anybody put up with that guy?
No.
Ew, he picked his nose.
No, honestly, I think he's an angel.
I like how Steve's covering his bases.
He came this
for later.
close to saying it like this.
All right, so let's just jump right in so Jeremy doesn't fall asleep over there before we get done. All right, so the 5 questions to see what kind of Masters of the Universe fan Steven is. All right.
Yeah, I think people probably already have that figured out, but thighs out, skies out, sun's out.
There you go.
There you go.
But I'm excited to play, so hit me.
All right, question number 1. Does Battle Cat speak?
Yes.
I like the no hesitation, and that is the correct answer. The magical power sword. This is a multi-choice, so listen to all the choices first. A. Allows entry to Castle Grayskull and splits in half whenever the plot needs it to. B. Transforms Prince Adam into the mighty He-Man. Or C. Who cares about a sword? Where's my battle axe?
Oh, it transforms Adam into He-Man.
Very nice.
I mean, I don't disagree. I do like the A, but I can't choose that. I mean, I think the most important thing is that it transforms Adam into
Right.
He-Man.
I'm not saying any of these are invalid, but one is more right than the others. I'm scared to see what Jeremy came back with.
I saw it.
All right, question 3. How many siblings does Adam have?
I'm just thinking. I'm going to say Adam has. I don't know of any others. He's got one. He's got his sister.
All right, very good.
Adora.
Very good. Well, some people would say none, so...
Okay.
Okay. Number 4. Filmation 2000X New Adventures. You can only keep one.
Wow. I really love New Adventures, and I think it's the best storyline out there. But if I only got to live with one, I'm keeping Filmation.
All right. It's a tough choice. 2000X had great storytelling and everything else, but...
They had great character designs. Yeah. I mean, I really love that series.
All right, last question. As I think Skeletor is winning over He-Man. Guys, if you only listen to the audio version, at least go over to the YouTube for this part. Oh, He-Man's got his Halloween costume. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, go watch the YouTube just at this part. All right, last question. King Grayskull. Another...
I can't hear you guys, but I can see you. I'm glad that you enjoy this. I will step back again.
All right, another multiple choice here. King Grayskull is A. He-Man's ancestor. B. Some guy in the past that was kind of cool. Or C. Who? What? Where am I? A king what now?
He's Adam's ancestor. Or He-Man's Adam's ancestor.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go, folks. That is everything you need to know about what kind of a Masters fan Steven is. All right, let's get Jeremy back in. That Skeletor with... Pay attention to my thumbs up.
I can come back, guys?
Yeah. Join us.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back.
Hiya.
That was very good play going on over there, right? The He-Man.
Yeah, I got bored and I had my Origins sitting around, so you know.
I will say
I've never seen somebody play with Origins so intensely.
Oh, I have. I got my kids. I got them both a Sky Sled, and they got Sky Sled. They both have a Sky Sled. They have a Battle Cat, Adam, and Skeletor, and they have just been going to town with those things.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's good to hear. I like that.
That is good.
They're loving the Sky Sled too. I thought I was gonna get flack because that missile doesn't actually shoot. They never even questioned it. They were throwing that thing around the room. They were doing sound effects. They are just. Yeah. And I'm actually really impressed with the Sky Sled too. It's really well done. Really, it's nice and solid. The missile effect is really cool. I was really impressed with that.
Yeah, these figures are freaking great. They're like really durable too. I don't know if you heard the episode where Steve actually took Beastman and chucked him across the room and hit the door.
Yeah.
There we go.
because you can. Yes, you can.
I will say that
This is how me and Jeremy can play. We're just
Yeah,
a couple.
you play over Skype. You want to play He-Man toys
I don't know what
or He-Man
Yeah, I
guys?
do.
That's
I do.
He-Man guys. You want to play He-Man? I don't know what I. Oh, what Sean grab?
Yeah.
There we go. He's keeping him downstairs, huh?
My son has decided the shelves are now his, so he can put his
There you go.
his origins with my classics. So yeah,
Smart. That's a smart kid.
Every time he comes down here, he sees the shelves, and I guess he just wants to do the shelf too.
Yeah.
So I'm not
There you go.
upset by that.
It's your fault, so you have to like it.
Well, it makes it that I'm not stepping on them at least.
Yeah,
At
there
least
you go.
off the floor, they're protected on the shelves. That's all right.
All right. So let's
right.
jump Jeremy in here. Steve, no persuading him.
Okay.
So these are going to be 5 questions. A couple of them are multiple choice. And this is going to tell us everything we need to know about you as a Masters fan. So
Everything you need to know.
everything. You answer
All
these
right.
5 questions, I know exactly
5 questions.
exactly what kind of Masters fan you are and whether you get to continue on the podcast or not. So,
Ooh.
no pressure.
All right. I'm in.
Okay, question number 1.
Yes.
Does Battle Cat speak?
Yes. I'm trying to think, like, is he tricking me somehow? Yeah, he speaks.
This is not the trivia contest. This is all opinion.
I know,
So
but,
you're good.
Yes. Yes, I'm yes. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There are no wrong answers here. Some are just more right than others.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
All right.
Some mean you're not a real fan.
Right.
And some do.
Hence the no pressure part.
Right.
Yeah, no pressure. No pressure.
Question number 2. This is a multiple choice one.
All right.
The magical power sword. A. Allows entry into Castle Grayskull and splits in half whenever the plot needs it to. B. Transforms Adam into He-Man. Or C. Who cares about a sword? Where's my battle axe?
Oh. That's a difficult one, although I do enjoy battle axe stories.
Who doesn't?
I love He-Man's battle axe specifically.
It's a good way to be.
I don't know, man. This is a hard one because I'm sorry that I'm having to talk myself through this because so the first one was the 2-halved power sword, and it opens Grayskull.
Right.
Yes.
The second one, he turns into He-Man. Adam turns into He-Man. So I have to choose between those 2 things.
Or forget a sword. I just want a battle axe. That's your third option.
Yeah. No. See, I although C would be the easy way out. And also would give me cred, like old school cred.
Yeah.
I think that I have, as much as I love the 2 halves of the power sword deal, I would have to go with Adam turning into He-Man.
All right, and that's where Steve was too. He was torn between those 2, but it's all right to like both. But what's like the
that's
most?
my butterbear.
So, all right.
I just started calling him Butterbear this week, and I can't stop.
It works. It works so well. It's gotta be like butt or bear though, like the.
Especially when they do their show, butt or bear.
That sounds like something else at the same time too, so I like it.
Yeah, it's starting to go down a path.
This is a family podcast, so we're gonna move on to question 3.
The next 5 questions are going to be about how to please your man anyway. So I mean,
all right, question 3.
Okay, question 3. I'm ready.
How many siblings does Adam have?
1.
Very good. I like it. No She-Ra haters here. That's the way to be.
Oh no, I don't hate She-Ra. I just don't like her as much as He-Man.
It's so funny when you asked me that question. I never considered Zero. I was thinking of like, am I missing one? You know,
Is there a
Right.
third? Are they
Is it
triplets
three?
of power? Or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
I'm like,
you get
I've seen some cousins, and there was
Yeah, there's
you
lots
know,
of cousins.
I totally didn't know what you were getting at until you go, well, some would say Zero, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I get it. The She-Ra.
No, I like that. I like that it never crossed your mind, because that's good. You guys can stay on just for that answer alone, regardless of these last two. All right, question 4. This is a tough one.
Uh-oh.
Filmation, 2000X, Mike Young Productions, New Adventures. You can only keep one.
Filmation.
Less hesitation than Steve had. I like it.
Well, as much as I love 2000X, it was amazing. It's nostalgia factor.
It's a starting point.
And John Irwin is the voice of He-Man. As much as Cam Clark, was Leonardo. He may have stepped in and done He-Man, but and it wasn't bad.
No, he got into it. Second season Cam's a lot better than first season Cam, but it still pales to John. Absolutely.
Yes. Yep.
All right, question number 5.
All right.
This is it for all the money, even though I already said you were safe, but that doesn't matter. Multiple choice. King Grayskull is A, He-Man's ancestor, B, some guy in the past who was kind of cool, C, who, what, where am I, King who, what now?
This is the controversial one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I actually fall into the camp of he's He-Man's ancestor.
There you go. So
see, I don't need to influence them.
You don't actually. That was word for word, basically what Steve came up with. You guys not only are amazing Master fans, but you two are perfectly compatible with each other.
Yes.
I know.
It was a match made in heaven. I don't know how it happened.
I recently started a Tinder, with my wife's permission, just to see what would happen. But I just keep swiping and getting pictures of Jeremy over and over. That's all there is. It's just Jeremy.
Just Jeremy.
It's all these different facial expressions every time.
Did you guys
just wearing like a different shirt?
Did you guys ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
Absolutely.
I've seen enough of it.
There was an episode where Ted goes to like an online dating thing, and they're supposed to be able to match up. Like, they find a match for anyone, and he actually gets 0 results. Like, nobody matches with him, and then later in the series they come back to it, and he's got 1 match. Like, okay, Ted, you better take this because this is your only match. So apparently that's you and Steve. Like, this is it. You got 1 guy that matches with you. You better cherish it and take care of it.
It's an honor to be paired with him. So,
so let's.
So I did. I won, huh?
You're good.
I did good.
You're good. There is nothing.
So what's that say about us then? Are we good or are we bad?
I thought I was going to get like one of those things like. a readout.
I need to take that.
Although you may be influenced,
like you're a Man-at-Arms, or you're a Tila, or you're.
You're right.
I do need to take that to the next level. I will say you guys have solid roots in the fandom. You appreciate the older stuff, but you are firmly rooted in Filmation. With a little dash of 2000X, so you guys are good to go. You are in the upper echelons here. You're pretty.
Yeah, we're pretty easy to please. I mean, except when you kind of get into New Adventures stuff, but not for not trying, because we tried. Yeah. We've tried several times.
Was there any thought about New Adventures, or when I listed that as a choice, was that just like, well, that's gone?
No, that was immediately gone.
If this was what is that? Marry, kiss, kill, or whatever. That would be the kill, like no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure. Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'm winning Sean over a little bit with it. He has not completely hated the little bits we've done so far.
We've done little bits. That's why we haven't tried to binge it.
No.
If we tried to
God,
binge
no.
it,
That's
I'd be
where I
sitting there
messed
going,
up.
"Why are you doing this to me?"
I tried
Probably.
binging it, and I watched like 3 episodes and started like losing interest. I started noticing I was picking up my phone, and I'm like just doing other. And then I even fell asleep another time. Like I've gone to like the is it where Tila comes to visit?
Yeah,
I've seen that episode.
Once Upon a Time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then like I watched the first one and like the second one probably the most. And I like the first one because like there's still like some Eternia stuff going on, you know. Once you take me out of Eternia and Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain and stuff, I'm done.
But what I will say is, check out the 5-parters. There's the if nothing else, check out the 5-parters and 3 Ways to Sundown. That is.
I never knew that there were 5-parters. That's interesting.
Like you remember how Thundercats used to do, like when the like when the new Thundercats came and like when the Lunatics came out and it was like a whole week adventure.
Yeah.
New Adventures did the same thing.
Lionel's Trials.
Yeah, Lionel's Trials. New Adventures did the same thing. So check those out. There's the beginning is actually a 5-parter. So there's 1, 2, and then there's like 3 more that all go like in a row. And then there's a 5-parter in the middle where Skeletor and the mutants actually conquer Primus. And He-Man and the Galactic Guardians are renegades. And then the end of the series is a 5-parter leading up to the final battle. And they actually have a final battle in it. There is an actual end to the series.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And then 3 Ways to Sundown is just a really good, fun episode. I highly recommend that one. So, and you've already seen Once Upon a Time. That would be the other one that I would recommend. So.
Okay. I won't write it off. I keep trying. I want to like it. You know, we're currently reading those comics on our podcast, and they're definitely. I mean, of course, it's different from the cartoon, but it's it's definitely interesting. You know, I like that they explained, you know, how they went from where Eternia and all that and went into the future and all that stuff. But yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah, and we've done. Well, we did the comic, but it was a lost episode in the beginning, and we've done the TV show. And I think both of us can say that the comic does the transition better out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like showing like how Skeletor got all messed up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and
that was the best moment of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And actually, in that case, I'm a big Secret Identity fan, but this is the one case where I'm like, you know what? He should just be He-Man. Like, he's going into the future. He's going away from everybody. He should just be He-Man. There's no reason to have Adam anymore.
The fact that Skeletor can't figure out that Adam isn't He-Man, not by, you know, in the future when they're the only two who went to the future. And all of a sudden, like, oh, wait, Adam's here too.
Right.
Like, you come on, man, you know.
Well, no,
together.
That's Adam. He's my nephew from Leviton. You knew a Prince Adam, and that's he looked the same, but you know, completely different. He's no relation.
So weird.
Absolutely. We glossed over a little bit earlier, but Origins. Let's talk about those a second here, because you guys were all flying all years around. What are you guys seeing in your local Walmarts?
Full shelves.
Really?
Yeah. Does yours have the big display, Jeremy?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
No,
okay, I've seen one in Ludington, which is actually about an hour north of us.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But other than that, I haven't seen the big display in our hometown, but I'm pretty sure I could go to one of our Walmarts and get everything but Battle Cat and the Sky Sled right now. Those were there and they sold out, and they're not there now. I don't know. Is that the same at yours, Jeremy?
No, I went there the other day and they had one Battle Cat, But they had all the other figures. They didn't have a Sky Sled, but I think they had. It was a new order of them because they had, like, you know, the four, you know, Man at Arms, Tila, Evelyn, and Beastman. At one point, and then I went. My buddy went to the store, and I go, "Hey, do they have blah blah blah?" And he said, "No, they're all gone." I said, "Oh, okay." So then when I went back, they were there again. So I mean, they've had some restock for sure.
Wow.
And you can get He-Man and Skeletor easy right now.
Yeah. If you've seen one of those store displays in person,
yeah,
there is a lot of figures on that display.
Oh, absolutely. I know.
It's very deep, you know.
And I almost wonder if your local stores just put the figures on the shelves and crush that display, because I know we do that all the time when I work for a grocery store, but still we do it. We'll get shippers in, and if all the stuff goes on the shelf, we'll just stick it on the shelf. You know what I mean?
I just felt my stomach sink when you said that.
It was like that Simpsons episode. You can see the exact moment that his heart broke.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just it is a reality of the retail store. I mean, sometimes they get the stuff in and you don't have the end cap space you thought you would, or like I said, because like for my local Walmart, they tagged back in, when was that? Beginning of August, right? When they kind of reset the sections and tagged, and
Sounds about right.
There has not been a single figure on the shelf anytime I have gone in that time.
Oh.
We have had Battle Cats and we have had Sky Sleds. Battle Cats are plentiful. I actually just went. I had to pick up some stuff before when I dropped my daughter off to her cheerleading practice, and I cruised by there like I always do, and I just looked, and there was 8 Battle Cats on the shelf, and then on the overstock there was, I counted 12 as far as I could see. So we are getting Battle Cats, we are getting Sky Sleds, and we are getting no figures. I have not seen a single mini in my local Walmart. They have not in either of the Walmarts.
No, I haven't seen those either.
No.
Yeah.
No minis. I recently stumbled upon Mega Constructs Roton.
Yeah, I picked that up today. I picked up the Roton versus Battle Cat. I was really happy with that.
So, that's cool. Unfortunately, the I don't know if you guys are into the WWE figures, the Masters of the WWE at all, but I'm waiting for new figures of those, or at least even a restock of the latest wave, and those seem to not be coming in at ours. But I really enjoy those figures, and I really like the interchangeability between the Masters figures. It's just fun. So
that could be fun. I should get my boy some of that. The latest wave we've had at my local one is the Rey Mysterio, Roman Reigns, that wave. I was in the Michigan City Walmart a couple days ago, and they didn't have Undertaker, who I would have picked up because that just is a badass figure.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
But they had, was it Braun Strowman and
Braun Strowman.
Yeah, and John Cena from that wave. So they got him, but somebody took all the Undertakers.
I mean, who doesn't want that? I mean, come on, it's Braun Strowman with Terror Claws and Beastman stuff. I mean,
it's
nothing
tempting. I'm not gonna lie. I think my kids would love it, and.
Mm-hmm.
And like for me, Roman Reigns, I'm not a big Roman Reigns fan, but he comes with a Fisto fist, and you can take that fist off him and put it on E-Man. So
and we've found out that those are classics sculpts, right?
A lot of the stuff is classic sculpts. I mean, those are classic Beastman pads, and those are probably the Terror Claws classics too. I don't know. I've never opened my Terror Claw classic, but
go grab it and open it, and let's take a look at it, Steve. All right.
I'll say I don't even know where to dig that out right now. It's bad. Right. So
they had the Rotan versus Battlecat. I picked that up. I picked up they had the Raphael, the Mega Constructs hero, the single card. And Raphael's always been my boy, so I picked him up. But yeah, for the origin stuff, it just seems like a big miss as far as my area, as far as distribution. And it's like, Oh, it's a shame.
The rains, of course, like, let's make you feel bad, because that's what Podcasters Universe likes to do. Jeremy, how many Skeletors do you have?
Right now, I have 4.
I have 5. How many E-Mans do you think you have?
4.
I have 5. How many Beastmans do you have?
I only have 1. I didn't get any doubles of those yet.
Yeah.
I have 3. And they're all been off the shelves. And you can go to those shelves right now, and you can still get a Beastman. So I didn't take everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah. Make sure you... That's what I'm saying, too. My place is stocked, so...
Well, that's... in the beginning, it was all, oh, dear God, I need them today. Why aren't they on my shelves and all that stuff? You know, all these people complaining, and now it's like, you see photos and they're stocked in some of these places and people are like, this is the end of the line. It's like, really? It's like, how bipolar are we as a fandom at this point?
We aren't unique. There are lots of fandoms that are just, you give anybody a keyboard, man.
Yeah, no, trust me. Like the one that I've actually gone down the rabbit hole in the last month, and I've been enjoying it a lot, is the McFarlane DC line. And I never thought I'd like that, but those are some really, really well done figures, in my opinion. And if you're on any of the boards for them, the automatic response anytime they have a new release or a new wave is, great, more Batman. Because every wave has had Batman in it in one way or another. And it's like, what do you want, people? Do you want more stuff, or do you want to just sit and complain? It's like, whatever.
People just want to complain, man.
Yeah, exactly.
They want their opinion to be heard. So
yeah, exactly.
That's why we're here, Sean. I mean, that's what we do. Week after week.
Well, no, trust me, I've done my share of that, but it's just, I just look at it in like the overall way, and I'm just like, I know what you're going to say today. Oh, more Batman. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that today. It's like, thanks for at least not proving me wrong on that.
Yeah. On that.
Or you get like you guys said that you have all your stuff. I'm in Pennsylvania, and all I had is the minis. There's nothing in my Walmarts. I think I've seen one Skeletor on the peg. Yeah, and I actually got I got Slime Pit He-Man, and I got He-Man and Skeletor.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't seen those at all.
Yeah, if you
hey, buddy. The minute I brought them home, my son just grabbed them.
If you find more,
I found He-Man just the other day.
If you find more,
all right, I'll let you
know
because I haven't gotten at the Walmart for a couple weeks. So
yeah, I'm not trying because we actually had my younger boy. He's 6 and he loves those things. I've got the whole line. I haven't given them all to him yet, but I got the whole line that Matty Collector released, and I'm waiting. Every birthday or good grades or something, I'll give him another 2-pack. But so I'm not really interested in the ones that already came out, but I am looking forward to getting the ones that weren't released before. So yeah, hit me up.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll let you know.
I'm actually kind of proud of you because whenever I would buy a bunch of stuff for my kid, I would. Like I couldn't. I had like I wanted to give it to her right. I gave it all of it. I go out and grab the whole wave because she was collecting Ninja Turtles with me in 2012.
Yeah, my boy was.
So I get a figure, she get a figure.
Yeah.
And I remember if I found like 5 figures for me, that meant I had to get 5 for her. Pick them all up, and then I'm like, that's it. I'm just gonna put them in her. Here you go.
Yeah.
Here's all of them.
No, it's great. It's hard, but I know when I used to do that, I used to be like, here you go. And then come birthdays or whatever, you just want to reward them. I'm like, I don't have anything. I gave you everything already. So I'm trying to get better.
That's exactly how I am.
So.
Well, it's definitely smart. My problem is I get very excited.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
I'm like, ooh, I want to see how excited she is. I'm excited for her excitement.
Exactly. So let's we talked about this a little bit before we got on, but just for a little change of pace here, Sean kind of brought it up there, gave me the idea just now. What's something non-masters that you guys are really into right now? Be it a figure or a show or anything, just something that's really tickling your fancy.
Not each other.
No, don't tickle each other.
Man.
Stop that.
Man.
Something in fandom.
Hands down.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're not recording together tonight, or else I think this might be a little worse.
Well, it would be the equivalent of that couple that sits on the one side and the other side is completely open when they have the bench seating. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. But
you're not supposed to do that?
Well, I've been messing up.
when me and Jeremy go out with our, my wife and his fiance, me and Jeremy get our own booth and they sit somewhere else.
Right? We're gonna need a
We
man
don't
alone.
tell them anymore. They just know.
It's like milkshake, 2 straws.
We ain't scared.
Oh boy. Go ahead, Jeremy.
No, you go. I'm thinking.
Oh, well, I would say that right now, we talked about this on My Wife's Gonna Kill Me recently, but right now is such a good time to be a nostalgic person in general that was from the 80s, because I've got my 2 favorite toy lines of all time are G.I. Joe and Masters of the Universe, and they're both in stores right now.
Yeah.
And with the classified line. So I'm picking up the G.I. Joe stuff for the most part. I'm really liking it. I think that line has a lot of success. And I'm insanely wrapped up in Mythic Legions. So those are the big things that keep me busy right now. As far as entertainment's concerned, I'm really enjoying The Boys.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm only 2 episodes in, so don't say too much. But yeah,
I won't say a thing. But
yeah.
I do like that. So
I started watching season 2 last night actually, and I just banged out 2 episodes, and then I fell asleep on the couch. Not because it wasn't entertaining, just I was dog tired at that point because it was already 11 o'clock at night. So,
but I mean, if we think about it, you've got Star Wars on the shelves.
Oh yeah.
You've got
Transformers.
Like I said,
Turtles,
He-Man, Transformers, Turtles are coming back around with, especially if you're into the Super 7 stuff. I'm overwhelmed in things that I love. Thundercats. I like Thundercats. I mean, it's hard on the wallet if you're going to try to keep up, and you have to make tough decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's pretty cool that it's all available. It wasn't like this a few short years ago.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with you and G.I. Joe. We were talking about that not too long, a year ago or something. Like, where's the G.I. Joe stuff? Like, I felt bad for all the G.I. Joe fans. And now, there they are.
I almost wondered
honestly,
for a time there if G.I. Joe was honestly dead, what with its military tones and just where the world's at with police and law enforcement and everything else, because it kind of feeds into all that.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. And that's what we've discussed that multiple times, I think, on My Wife's Gonna Kill Me, about that. And and even now it's hard to find any guns that are realistic that for it's just they look like Nerf guns and crazy stuff, and that's a different conversation. But the characters are really what I enjoy from that line, and it's fun to get those characters.
And that's
be able to play.
Yeah, they're characters. They're the archetypes of a military, special missions unit or whatever. It's I wasn't huge into G.I. Joe, but it was fun, Sure. We got so many people complaining nowadays. It's hard to keep some stuff up. So,
well, Jeremy was saying, he felt bad for the Joe collectors, but I feel bad for him still because of the Target exclusivity and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I literally have found one roadblock, a few gung hos, a Cobra Commander, and a Baroness, and that was spread out over a month of me just
sounds
checking
like a pretty
Target.
good haul there, honestly.
Well, but honestly, I grabbed the Baroness one when I saw it, and I was like, I did not want to spend this money tonight, but I can't find her anywhere else. I grabbed that, and I have a few of them on my shelf, and I like what they are. But I mean, they just revealed new ones the other day, and it's like, exclusives. I'm like, oh yeah. So
that is
that's rough,
exactly what I'm going through with the Ninja Turtle stuff right
Sure.
now. That's probably my biggest, my number 2. You know, all the stuff from NECA, and I'm not collecting the video game line.
Right.
But I am getting like the 1990 movie stuff, and also now they're going into the 91 movie.
Yeah.
And then all the cartoon stuff. There's like exclusives. Some are at Walmart, some are at Target, and then you're freaking out trying to get this stuff, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Wait, we can put it online," and you're like, "Oh my god!" It's kind of driving me nuts. Also, the Super 7 stuff just came out, and I missed the first wave, but the other day I found a good deal on let's say all 4 of them. So I ended up
Nice.
So hey, it's not as good a deal as I wanted. But over retail or whatever. But I dropped the ball. I trusted someone to get them for me, and that person did not, and it's not Steve.
Damn it, Steve.
It wasn't Steve. Steve's in the clear. And and then I had a backup plan, and then the backup plan failed.
Yeah,
too.
I heard about this.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I was like, oh no.
That wasn't me either.
Yeah,
Damn
that was
it,
not Steve. But yeah, so that's I'm even getting the Loot Crate stuff that they're releasing with those, like the Spirit of Splinter, and then there's they're releasing. Actually, the video game one I will be getting is kind of cool. It's if you ever played the arcade games, when the turtle gets electrocuted, you could see the skeleton underneath and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's one of the figures, and he glows in the dark
really?
too. So I'm like, of all of them, that's the one I'm gonna want. You know.
I haven't seen that one. That's awesome.
It's not out yet. They showed it off like before, because you could jump in and get like either you could get 3 boxes, get them all separately, or you could get like 3. If you get all 3 of them, there's like an extra figure as well.
Nice.
I don't remember all the figures now because there's so many things out right now, but I do know I will be getting a Bebop in a bunny suit, so that should be interesting. And I think Rocksteady as well. So.
Was that from the Easter special?
I'm not sure if it was the Easter special. It would make sense if it was, but it's definitely from the old cartoon. So
yeah,
but yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, it was like the Easter bunny came from another dimension, or I know I had it on video, but I got
I got it on video.
Yeah, but I can't remember the actual episode now.
Other than Turtles, I mean,
Get your Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I got my Ghostbusters, but I'm not getting like the plasma figures and all that. Like because I basically have the Diamond Select one, so I don't need those.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. As a Ghostbuster collector, because I mean I love Ghostbusters, the movie, I've seen a bit of the cartoon, but like once everybody just releases the 4 Ghostbusters, and then maybe like a Slimer or
Marshmallow Man.
Marshmallow, Stay Puffed, or I was trying to think of the actual name of the Gozer, right?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, beyond that, like, as a Ghostbusters fan, do you think there's more out there and no one ever gets to it, or because everyone just kind of seems to release those 4 and and that's about it?
They're easy sellers. Everybody knows who the 4 Ghostbusters and Slimer and Stay Puft are, so you're always going to get those. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely a bunch of untapped stuff. But I mean, you get something like Diamond Select, and they release like the zombie cab driver.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. Janosch. Who else? Vigo from the 2nd movie.
Yeah.
So
Louis Tully.
Louis, Walter Peck, Janine. So I mean, like, they nailed it pretty good. Not that the plasma figures aren't cool or whatever, but the only thing out of the new stuff that I picked up was the retro, real Ghostbusters stuff. So I got like the 4 figures and then Slimer and Stay Puft. So. Nice. But yeah, other than that, there's some Madball stuff coming out next year. So that's on my. I already bought those, so I'm waiting on those to come out.
That's for Mondo, right?
Yeah, no, this was. Oh man, he's gonna kill me now. Megalopolis.
Oh, Megalopolis. Okay.
Yeah, they're actually like promoting their the pre-order for Barnyard Commandos or something right now too.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
they did 4 Mad Balls. But see, back in the day, and I didn't know these existed till I started collecting it as an adult. But normally, they just had the foam balls.
Right.
But they also had these like plastic. The balls, the heads were a little bit smaller, but then they had bodies that went with them, and they were poppers, so you could like pop the head off, and the ball would shoot across the room or whatever. So these are based on those bodies, but they're like 6-inch and they're bulky and pretty gross and sweet looking. So yeah, I like the quirky, weird stuff from the 80s. So yeah,
Absolutely.
Other than watching stuff, I'm watching Boys. Yeah. That's where I'm at. I think the Walking Dead episode comes out Sunday, the new one. So
you're still watching that?
Oh yeah, I've watched every single one. Every night it's been released. So yeah, I'm there till the end, and now there's like 3 series and 3 movies coming, whatever. But the original show, I've watched every episode.
Sure.
So I've made it this far, and actually it got better. Like it got kind of. Yes, it did. Some
I might have to
stuff,
come check it back out again then, because I lost.
To me, it never really.
through.
To me, it dragged in some spots and stuff, but I mean, it never really got bad. Like I'm invested in these characters, like I want to see the story all the way through. I've read all the books and stuff like that. So
I was just about to ask if you read the comics, because that's what did it for me. Is once I read because at first I just watched The Walking Dead, right? And then I was waiting for a season to end, and I read like all the comics that had been out at that point. And then I just went back to a show, and I was just like, well, this sucks in comparison, and I can't continue.
It's definitely censored compared to the books. The books are pretty anything goes type of stuff. But I don't know. I'm curious where the story's going to go, and I still I like a lot of the characters. It sucks that Rick is gone, because Rick was like he's dreamy. So I liked him, but. Negan's still there, so I'm cool with that. And I don't know, there's just some really cool stuff going on. So hopefully,
one these days.
Hopefully they end it as good as the books ended. So we'll see.
Absolutely. Sean, how about you?
Nice.
You got anything on?
Oh, geez, put me on this. That. I thought you were going to say put me on the spot to ask questions, because I'm horrible at the question part.
You mentioned the McFarlane stuff earlier, but.
Like the McFarlane stuff is stuff that I've gotten into in the last couple weeks, and I managed to get a couple good ones that I like. Azrael for me is like the best figure in the line so far. So he started the ball rolling, and now I'm screwed. And I've been doing I've been dabbling in the GI Joes as well. I got a handful that mean something. That like I got Duke, Scarlet, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, and I was lucky. I got Destro, Cobra Commander, Baroness. I'm like, the heavy hitters, pretty much.
Yeah, you're.
As any army builder, you're pretty much, here's a liver, here's a kidney, and all that kind of stuff to try to get some of those.
Yeah.
And then let me think here. And then I don't get to watch too much TV. I'm going to be honest. I just sit and I watch YouTube or Netflix occasionally, and I was trying to do. I was watching Legend of Korra again for a little while I was working, because that's just one of those. I love the animation on that show quite a lot, and I love the storyline. And what else? That's pretty much it. I'm boring as hell compared to everybody else. I mean, let me think. I feel like I've read comics lately too, and now I'm like, what the hell did I read? I know we read the multiverse deal, and that's like a whole can of worms now. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I am boring. It's basically me and we watched Shazam this week. That's what it was. My kids and I watched Shazam. So there was that. We did, but that's the most recent thing I can think of.
All right.
Shazam! That's right. And it's like, that was, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a great movie. That's the best movie DC's put out in probably 2 decades. So
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
It's got heart. Yeah, for me, I don't have much different. I'm trying, same as Jeremy. I'm trying to find a good deal on a Super 7 Raphael. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen anytime soon, or at least not where I'm willing to pay for it.
Yeah, you're looking at about $100 at least.
It's
Ouch.
And I don't know. Well, and the thing is, I guess I don't know if they did offer them singly or not, but I can't afford the whole wave. I don't want the whole wave. It just my classics collection is the center of my collection. So if I see figures that I think will look cool alongside those, so if there was ever a turtle figure I'm gonna get, it's gonna be that Super 7 Classics one. You know. Other than that, I've been eyeing up the Figma Link figures from Legend of Zelda. I'll probably pull the trigger on one of those.
I have one of those. I have the Skyward Sword one.
Yeah, I was debating between Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess, and I think I'm gonna go with Twilight Princess. That game meant a bit more to me. That was fun.
There you go.
So. Other than that, trying to catch up on movies. I'm watching The Boys. Schitt's Creek. You guys ever watch Schitt's Creek?
No, I haven't tried it.
Yeah, me and my wife just started that one. It's pretty funny already. We were about a few episodes in, and Eugene Levy, he stars in that, and he's just hilarious. I mean, I've loved him since the 80s. He's a great character actor, so I highly recommend that. Check that out. It's on Netflix if you haven't yet.
Yeah, I saw I was getting a bunch of awards or something, or some recognition anyway recently. So.
Yeah, it has.
So, yeah, that might be one I'll have to check out at some point.
Other than that, probably about the only thing, and I know, Steve, you were talking. I know you're into it at least because you picked up the Battlecat and Roton. But I do want to give a big shout out to Van Davis. He hooked me up with the latest line of the Mega Constructs figures.
Ooh, look at that.
So I just got a Stinkor, Fisto.
Oh.
There he is.
There's no doubles, unfortunately. Battle Armor Faker.
Nice.
And then the line comes with another Tila. And I can't even tell what's different on this one. Based on the other two releases, it looks the same. And then there's an Evil Lyn with white skin, and she's got more of a black armor tone to her.
I like it.
Yeah.
No, this one's actually really, really nicely done. It's mainly black with some purple highlights and some silver. This might be my Evil Lyn on the shelf because I only had the yellow skin version up to this point. But Fisto and Stinkor obviously are the highlights.
Yeah, good stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
I love these little guys, and me and my son, my older boy, we've done the Battle Bones together. We did the Wind Raider together. I picked up Battlecat and Roton tonight. We'll do that together. So, it's been a fun project for us, and he gets to keep them all on his shelf and play with them, and he loves them. So.
Do you think Stinkor is gonna stink?
I highly doubt it.
That would be cool. That
really
would be so cool. This little scent of patchouli, just like a foot away from you.
He's opening it. He's doing it.
Yeah, let's find out.
Oh yeah, I don't keep anything mint on card. Just plastic.
Oh.
Sorry to disappoint you guys.
I'm gonna get some patchouli and rub them out in it.
There you go.
Put them in a plastic baggie for about a week. That should take care of most of it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so many small parts.
I ended up paying my daughter to put together some of my Mega Construct stuff. I was like, I don't want to do it. Here, take some money. She's like, okay.
So you guys, you calling this a crossover? Are you guys interested in doing a very quick random idea with us?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it.
Warning: the following content may contain scenes that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Even though these scenes are absolutely hilarious, we understand that some people do not appreciate true comedy, and you should just turn this off now. But please still feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
There it is, right there.
All right, so this is an oldie that we did on our show quite a long time ago. But now this is meant to be embarrassing.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I mean, it won't be embarrassing, but if
No,
you
I
had to
like
do
embarrassing.
this, it would be embarrassing.
Sure.
Okay.
If you had to go out on the town with your wife or your friends, or maybe to a formal, maybe you're going to a wedding.
Okay.
But
Sure.
you have to wear a He-Man, a Masters of the Universe outfit. So you're either wearing, you're either going to be dressed like Man-at-Arms or
Didn't I
Prince
choose
Adam,
Buzz off?
Macy's. I don't remember what you chose.
Can we?
But which what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish yours first, and then I'll ask my qualifiers.
Could be a bad guy, could be a good person, could be you could say She-Ra, you could do Etheria, you could do Princess of Power. Which outfit are you picking out to walk around on the town all night long?
Can I mix and match?
Ooh.
That's getting a little custom. We didn't do that.
That's what I'm asking.
No.
Like, are we
I think-
cosplaying like I'm being this character, or am I like, creating an outfit? That's what that. And
You're you.
okay.
So you look exactly like you.
Well, yeah, but I mean, am I taking like all one person's armor, or I can make an outfit out
it's gotta
of
be all
Eternium?
it's gotta be all one person's armor,
Okay.
simply because I don't want you to be able to cover yourself up like you did someone else's pants.
Right?
I want you to
Okay.
figure out what part of your body you're going to expose.
Okay. No, I'm fine with that. I just wanted the
Modular.
restrictions first. So. Now you guys did this one before. Do you remember who you did?
We did do this before, and I don't
Yeah,
even remember.
I think
what
I
I
chose Buzz off. And it was ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sean, you got
I
anything?
think.
Well, my knee-jerk reaction, and this was without making me silly or embarrassed, would be 2000X Prince Adam, because that's kind of like, okay, I wouldn't look too crazy. I'd blend in a little bit more.
With that
But-
collar that sticks up.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's the same as having, hey, it's like the polo shirt nowadays with the
Right.
the douchebag guys.
Yeah.
But the one
You got
the one
pants
that
and
I'm
everything.
thinking-
I think that feels like too much of a cop out there, honestly. I
No,
don't
no,
like
no.
that.
That's why I'm looking at my shelf, and I decided a different person, though. I'm not. I said initial knee-jerk reaction,
Okay.
but the person that I actually think would be amazing to try to dress up like and make look legit is Manny Faces.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
love to wear that tub on my head.
Yeah, you got the hoses.
and then when you get that armor on you in the middle, and then my beer gut would stick out.
Yeah.
It would look like pregnant Manny Faces walking around. Everybody would let me sit down because they'd never say, "Oh my God, we don't know what he is, but he needs to sit down. He looks pregnant."
Yeah.
Oh my God, And,
To see anything, you'd have to like turn. You'd have to do like the Michael Keaton Batman, wouldn't you? Like,
yeah, well, that's yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that'd be
exactly.
fun. I mean, and on top of that, if it does come with the multiple faces, I mean, heck, you can have a blast that night. Walk up to somebody with one face, and then you come back to them with a different face. Hey, didn't I just talk to you? No. You just start
I have a
freaking people
completely
out,
different
so-
face. Don't mind this
Exactly.
tub and the hoses.
It's like-
That's
I'm related to Zartan, just mix and match with G.I. Joe. So that would be the one that I think would be the most fun, just out of like, I'm looking at him going, I've always liked the look of him, but man, I could ruin that so easily by being me, and that would be funny. So there you go.
I'm gonna
Valid.
go. I'm gonna
Good choice.
go. I don't have the stomach or the abs for it at all. Trust me.
I just said I'd look
That's
like
fine.
pregnant Manny faces, so
But-
go for it.
Just because I'm going out on the town or to a wedding, like this is a high class event, right?
Yeah.
So, you're gonna look a little foolish when you walk to the wedding. Everyone else is black tie and everything, and you're sitting there with your Manny Faces tub on your head. I'm gonna strut
But this
in.
isn't meant to be that. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what Steve said. He said you're going to like a
Well-
wedding or a formal or something like that. Something nice, something fancy.
Yeah, you're going somewhere where you're going to be embarrassed no matter what you wear.
Right.
That's
Right.
what I did.
See,
Right
I-
there. If I'm gonna be embarrassed, I'm just gonna go for it.
yeah, you
That's
might
my
as well
whole
own
point.
it.
I'm also gonna try and
Yeah.
go the part where I'm gonna own this shit. And I'm gonna be like, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck are you wearing?" But I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm a badass. I'm gonna go with 2000X Count Marzo. So I got the nice flowing cape. I'm gonna strut down that aisle. I'm gonna show my shit. I'm gonna have my abs out, my stomach out, arms out. But you know what? I got a badass flowing cape. I got some cool black armor. I'm gonna carry the amulet around. Like, look at my bling. All right. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wow, that's what I would never have thought of.
Thanks to Sean. He actually bailed me out at the last minute. I was looking behind him for inspiration.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
Go ahead, grab it if you can. Hold it up to the camera so everyone can, in case they need a refresher. Yeah, he saved my butt. But seriously, look at that. I would stroll into a wedding in that. Everyone would look at me. They wouldn't even care about the bride afterwards. They'd be like, look at that guy. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. That's bold.
That's bold. That's Paris
like
fashion
Dave
show.
Navarro.
That's a tight
Weirdly
figure.
looks like Dave Navarro.
Oh, absolutely.
He does. Yeah.
All right, Jeremy, you want to pick yours? I don't know what you picked last time, but
Yeah, Modulok.
Oh.
He's naked, right?
he is.
Would you have the extra appendages though?
Oh, well, I mean, just one.
For my Modulok.
Just
Let's
one.
see. Hey, he is
Just
basically
one.
naked.
Yeah, he's naked.
He's basically naked.
If I'm going to embarrass myself, I might as well go full
He's
bore,
got some
right?
knee pads,
Yeah.
some shin guards.
I
some
gotta be
thigh
honest.
guards.
I always just thought that was coloration on his skin. So like an insect, you know.
Maybe.
I think somebody's missing the boat with Ular. Personally, I think that
There you
was
go.
just like talk about the easiest dress up ever. Hey, I got a loincloth. Let's rock, people.
Just enough to keep you in the public. That's all you need.
Exactly.
All right, I'm going to surprise no one and say Fisto because covers up the big fatty. But I got skies out, thighs out, suns out, guns out. So, I mean.
Plus, you got a giant fist.
And that fist that you spent too much time.
You had hand movements there, man. Yeah.
That was a hammer. I was hammering.
This is a family show.
It was a family show. I don't know what happened tonight.
It was, yeah.
When you're young and you see a semi driver and you want him to toot his horn, you do this too.
Yeah. That guy tries to pull you over and go, wait, is that on the table?
That's a true story. That's what I used to do when I was a kid. And my brother says, don't do it. You do this. Not this.
Oh, and Skype shut us down again.
It's trying to tell us something.
Apparently.
All right, so I won't know until I edit it, but apparently Skype was very unhappy with the gestures that Sean and Jeremy were making.
Oh, I did nothing of the sort. That was
I
Steve.
clearly remember it being Sean and Jeremy, right, Steve? Oh, I love it.
I hate myself sometimes.
I gotta say real quick here, one thing. Do you guys have any of these Mega Constructs figures?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Prince.
Yeah.
Prince Adam. You got Prince Adam.
Yeah.
I do.
I gotta say.
Not close, but
Huh?
not like within reach, but I do have.
Oh no, I just. They are continuing. I was just pulling Fisto out of his packaging. They are continuing that armor that drives me nuts, where the side is just completely open.
Interesting.
Yeah, they started it with. Actually, I got Prince Adam right up here. That was the first figure I noticed on was Prince Adam. Like he's completely open on the side there. Like it's just a tunic, you know.
Yeah. For sure. Oh. Yeah, I would prefer it not to be that way.
Like Mega Constructs. I know you listen to the show. Stop it. Like I get that.
No, wait.
I like how
Are you
even
telling them to
Sean's
stop
like
with the
laughing
armor
the
or
hardest.
stop listening
Right,
to the
yeah.
show?
Right.
No, stop the armor, not stop listening to. If you're listening to the show, here. If I take it off him, that might be a little more obvious what's going on. It's just
Yeah.
the front and back. There's no side to it. And I know they do that so you can take it on and off, but I'd rather it just be on. To be honest with you, because he's got that, Stinkor's got that, this battle armor, anybody who's got armor that wraps around, they've all got that. So I always feel weird displaying them with their arms up. Like that's the one
Interesting.
downside to that line.
Weird.
But yeah, Fistel.
I guess I never noticed that.
Yeah, little details bother me. But other than that, Fistel looks amazing. His sword is on point. He's
How's his beard?
his beard is full and righteous.
Nice.
I don't know if I can get the focus.
Yeah, I can kind of tell. He's a little blurry, but I can see it. That's good.
Yeah, no, I mean even with the blurry you can see it. So I mean that's. Yep. No, they are amazing.
He's got a little stubby sword. Looks funny with that big guard piece around it.
Yeah, that's one thing I would say that they need to drop. I'm tired of guards. I understood it when we were kids, but yeah, beyond that, we're good now. Drop the guards, give us real looking swords.
Drop the guards and give us sides, will you?
Yes!
Jeez.
Please.
And stop listening to this show.
Oh, God. All right, I don't know where to go from here. What do you guys think?
Well, usually when we get to that point, we say it's time to see her on the universe.
That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for coming on tonight. It was just nice to have an evening. Like I said, it's been one heck of a week for me personally. A couple weeks actually, and yeah, just thanks for coming on and shooting the breeze with us. I appreciate it. I'm not sure why I'm still trying to make the show family friendly at this point, because this one's definitely going to need a disclaimer on it, I think.
Due to hand gestures nobody can see when they listen to
I
it.
was still hammering. I'll take that to my
They'll
grave.
know.
I was
They'll know.
hammering.
Just hammering. Well, thanks for having us on, man. Like, you know, it was a bummer that our first time got,
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
messed up, but we definitely had a good time this time. So
I appreciate it.
I can't speak for Steve, but I'm assuming
Yeah.
he did smile a few times. So.
No, I had fun. I always had. I had fun. Fun the first time, fun the second time. So
Cool.
So yeah, you guys. Hopefully, will have us on again after you recover.
Absolutely. We can't do too
I
many
think I
of these,
burned
or else
off-
our rating will go way up to ours. So we gotta space you out.
I think
here,
I burned off breakfast and lunch already just being on this show today with how much I laughed on this episode. Oh my God, I got tears in my eyes. This is great.
No, this was a good one.
Which that's how it is when I listen to them. So it's like, here you go, proof positive. That's just how it works.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not a shtick. We're idiots.
And yeah, hopefully, I know Sean is way away, but hopefully we'll be able to meet up sometime here once COVID and everything else, goes down a little bit.
Yeah.
We're not too far away, the three of us. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think PowerCon, man. That's what we gotta do.
PowerCon, we gotta do.
Get all of it.
That we were
Yeah.
gonna do, and COVID just wiped all joy from the land. So
It's all right. There's next year.
next
man.
year,
There's next year.
Yeah.
next
20.
year. Oh my God.
Hopefully we can
Yep.
hope.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go ahead and plan on it for now.
absolutely.
Yes.
Same here.
And speaking of PowerCon, I do want to give a quick shout out. I was not able to get an update today. I meant to, but I didn't. But go on over, check out the PowerCon book bundle. It's still available. Last I checked. Help support all these fans that work so hard on this. Penny Dreadful, Danielle Galerta, Yuka Isakanen, Joe Amato, so many more that I'm forgetting because my brain's numb at this point. But yeah, go check it out. I'll drop the link down in the description below. If nothing else, if you don't feel like finding that link, go search thepowercon.com and they'll get you linked over to the shop where you can buy it. Check out Podcasters of the Universe. It's a fun little show that has some good moments, makes you laugh, and the guys that host it, they're all right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll take it, man.
Sean, you got anything to wrap us up with?
I just thank you both again for coming by because I hated that the first one didn't work out the way it should have because that was still awesome.
Absolutely.
But it was cool to be able to hang out with you both and spend some time here tonight anyway. So thanks for the time. Thanks for joining us one more time. I appreciate it.
Now that Lost episode is just a special little time between the four of us.
Yeah, right.
A nice little foursome that we will never talk about again.
I know, and it's got Sean's story about when he found us and how we made him feel good. And
that is
a shame.
True. I was not able to replicate that with the sincerity tonight because I'm laughing too hard. It'll make me just sound like I'm trying to just like jump on it.
We'll have to do that next time because I thought about that too. Digging back into that, but it's the same thing. If you do it too soon, it's gonna feel fake and forced and rehearsed. For sure. So that'll be next time you guys are on.
Yeah. We'll get into some actual dirt of masters next time. We'll dig in. So
awesome.
Right.
Jeremy, Steve, anything you want to plug before we sign off?
Listen, not watch. We watch you guys. Listen to us, and then you realize how much better your guys' podcast is.
They're
more fans somehow. So.
They're different.
After you check out,
they're different but equal. Different but equal.
Yeah. Yes.
After you check out Podcasters of the Universe, check out My Wife's Gonna Kill Me podcast. If you are okay to very immature humor, and you don't mind some swear words and some dirty talk, check that out. And we also talk about toys on there. And if you are into Mythic Legions, check out Legions Cast. We talk about Mythic Legions there, keep you updated. Sometimes we even have representatives and some of the Four Horsemen that attend every now and then too. So it's a good place to be. So just check us out and find us all on Apple Podcasts.
There he is.
And I'm getting tired, so I'm going to quit talking.
All right. So the bottom line is, if you liked my hammering motions from earlier, check out My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me.
That's the bottom line.
There you go. All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. Oh, sorry. Sean thought of something.
I just real quick, 2.0 recently, I think it was second episode. Steve said, "Okay, which one? Judith Hogue, April O'Neil, or Paige Turco?"
Yeah.
Judith Hogue, my friend.
That's what I'm talking about.
Judith Hogue has been a childhood crush of mine, and she has only gotten more of a crush for me. Even she has gotten better with age too. So
I do agree.
Judith
She's aged well.
Yes, she has.
All right, yeah.
So
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, online comment on my stuff. It's like, oh, I can actually talk to this girl now.
I wrote to her. I made a comment on there saying my wife had a crush on Casey, so she doesn't mind that I had a crush on April. She actually responded back to that.
Yeah.
And then I did the whole, she likes me. Yeah. I did the Mikey moment, and I was just like literally, my feet were like 5 feet off the ground the rest of the day, and I'm just holding my phone like this.
She called me Shawnee.
She called me Shawnee.
I have heard that about her. I heard she's just an absolute delight at conventions and everything, and she's easy to talk to, and good times.
You don't see Paige Turco anywhere.
No.
Know what I'm saying?
Have they done an April in the NECA line yet? The movie line?
No, but she's been approved.
Which one?
Getting a
Judith?
Judith Hogue.
Yes. All right. I know that was a point of debate for a while there, which one they would do.
Yep.
All right.
Must have.
Very nice. All right, guys. Thanks for joining in. Check out the links down below. Thanks for subscribing. Oh, and Sean and I have a live episode coming up. I wanted to have the date ready for you guys. We didn't confirm anything yet, so I don't have the date ready. But our next episode will be a live one, finishing off All-Star September in October, because that's how our schedule's lined up this month. And we will be giving away some fabulous prizes, including, but not limited to, a Dark Horse He-Man and the Masters of the Universe mini-comic collection book. So, we got a bunch of stuff. We're going to give some stuff away to our viewers. Make sure you join us live. Check out the Legends of Grayskull Facebook page for all those details. And I might edit that in here if we confirm it before I release this episode. But probably not. Hey guys, interrupting Matt here. We did actually set the date. So Wednesday, October 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing our live episode. Take that, past Matt. So tune in live. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you know when we go live. Wednesday, October 7th, 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you. So, check out all the links below. Drop us a like, a share, a subscribe, and until next time.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Yeah. Until next time. Am I supposed to say that?
Yeah.
Hey, we finally got people to do it without asking them to.
And cut. We finally got everybody.
We got it. We're winners.
Every single person we've had on other than you guys says, good journey.
Yeah.
And in your cases, I wouldn't have blamed you for saying, see you around the universe, but that was cool.
Right.
We got everybody to do
Let's
it.
do
this
one
time.
for the podcasters. We'll see you around the universe.
See you around the universe.
See you around the universe.
I will see you around the universe.
Ah.